Biden can't get away from this disastrous Afghanistan pullout. I'm honest, and this is the best show to watch, the best show to be a part of, the honest experience.
Nope.
Joe Biden just cannot get away from Afghanistan no matter how much he tries. He wants to focus on COVID, enslaving, bringing down America, but he does not want to ever take questions, speak about. He wants to move on. He does not want no more word, not one spoken word about Afghanistan. Many upset not only how Biden withdrew from Afghanistan, but how he acted afterwards. And not just one time, multiple times. Between looking at his watch while all dead soldiers were coming home. You are the lead chief of these people. You are the head commander, not just for us, but these soldiers, and you keep looking at your watch. No matter if it was just human nature, I understand that you could be anywhere else. I could be, God forbid, I'm at a funeral and I am tore up and I'm just not worried too much about time. I'm at a loved one's funeral, but I might look at my watch. That is normal. That can happen. But we talked about optics and the fact that your administration and you are not smart enough about that. It's quite telling about your leadership. But you are there, not just at a loved one's funeral. And I am not saying anybody's above a loved one, but what I'm saying is he is on camera. He is dealing with this disaster of a pullout, this abomination he created, and he can't even be man enough to stand there for a few minutes and not look at his watch. And he did it more than once. It's terrible that these 13 soldiers are dead over this. There's sometimes we cannot help it. There's sometimes we just can't stop death no matter what we do. And the end result, we might not have been able to stop this, but from everything that we know, this failed leader, it is because of him. We didn't have this type of breakout during the previous administration. How he's been acting over all of this has just been terrible. He doesn't take questions. He wants to look at his watch. He just does not simply care. And his focus is on one thing, COVID. That's what he wants to keep coming back to. And that pathetic address to the nation on Tuesday. This whole time, he kept talking about how he's going to own up to it. The buck stops with him, but then he blames the Afghanistan troops. He blames the Afghanistan president. He blames the Afghanistan people, and then he couldn't help himself. He had to blame Trump, who had a plan in place. He had the Taliban following that agreement. And then we find out during Biden's time in office, the Taliban was not only scared of the United States and what they thought our U.S. forces would do, but they opened up dialogue and told the Biden administration that we will stay out of Kabul so you can reinforce it, and he gave that up. At every turn, this is Biden's fault. He is the leader. He represents for anybody that did that, even behind his back. He made comments. I'm not aware of this, so I wasn't told. I don't know. Excuse me. But yeah, he doesn't know nothing. He's a failed leader. He doesn't care. He cares about enriching himself, enriching China, and enslaving you. He doesn't want to talk about this. Have you seen how the Biden administration, his generals, all of them have tried to spin this manure like it is wine. And then the more lies that Biden tells over this Afghanistan, the more we find out. Biden secretly asked the president of Afghanistan to lie and act like they had the Taliban under control. This just shows the more spin, the more lies, the more. If Trump did this, had a phone call like this, the press, everybody on the left would be screaming impeachment. All we would have is impeachment. Trump had phone calls less than this, and we already had that. And here we are, we're hearing nothing from the left. And this is being reported. And this isn't something that was just several months ago. This phone call was in private in July. They'll lie and spin to do whatever they can to get away from this. We also been finding out through this whole time they've been fudging numbers of who they evacuated, the Americans that they evacuated, and how many Americans are left. We are finding out, which I have been saying the last couple of weeks. They don't know. They do not know how many Americans that are left stranded in Afghanistan. Biden's administration, ladies and gentlemen, where we just get manure fed to us, where the American people are last. He doesn't care about Afghanistan. And something that I wanted to bring up, I don't know if I've said this before on my video, but I know one particular time I wanted to bring it up. And when I cut my video, I forgot. And I thought, man, I forgot. But you notice that most of those numbers, if not all, everything that they talked about was about Kabul. They're not talking about all of Afghanistan. With this, we had transparency from his previous predecessor. And then now we've got Obama 2.0, where everything's hidden, everything's clouded, everything is a lie, everything is spin, 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 and they don't care. And we need to stand up to this. This is, if the left gets their way, it's going to be worse. We're seeing signs of an idiot tyrant. Somebody that is an idiot, but that is leading like the socialist that they want. And we got to get a conservative back in office. We need to get Trump back his presidency. We need to get conservatives back in control of the Senate and the House. We need to take all of our local governments over, and we need to get California and get Larry Elder in. And we need to bring and push the conservative message, not just show how good it is. We're fighting a whole bunch of evil people that are clouded in judgment. So the good is not just appealing to a lot of these people anymore. But we've got to make the conservative message without distorting it, without manipulating it, without watering it down. We got to make it fresh. We got to make it hip. We got to make it cool. We got to put it with these kids. Been watching a lot of things with Turning Point and Charlie Kirk. They're doing a wonderful job over there. Candace Owens, many of them are. They are setting great examples at this. We need to do better of this. We are having teachers indoctrinate our children. We have Hollywood doing that. We have the musicians, media. Now we have the left-leaning politics. We can't get away from it. Can you imagine the kids that can't get away from it in their precious little minds? These, even at 16, 17 years old, they are very heavily influenced. So we got to fight against that. Well, hopefully we're going to get this up. We're going to shake off the cobwebs. We are going to proceed and keep moving forward. And you know what time it is. If you liked what you saw, or you liked what you heard, or maybe you just want to help poor little meal grow, please like, comment, share, subscribe, get the notifications, all of them, so you can stay up to date. Grab somebody else, get them to subscribe, get them to get up to the date, get all the notifications so they can get up to date. That little boop of a push of a button makes a huge difference in my life. You can make a big difference, and then we can make a big difference together. I hope you liked what was said here today. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I will see you tomorrow, and God bless.
Nope.